Oh, okay. I'll let Tiny know.
We got this.
I feel like the first episode started off pretty okay, and then the second episode, it's like, are we live? Oh, Tiny, do the intro. And this episode, we're like, are we live? Are we here? Hello?
Is everyone ready?
Hey, I'll be in a dressing gown next episode, just lying back, being like, what's up, guys? We're on. This is a podcast about Archeage, your son, guys. Alright, I've let Tiny know. We'll see when she knows. But yeah, go. Get the show on the road. Oh. It's okay. We're new streamers, guys. Never done this before. Yeah. Oh. I was gonna say, we can see a bit of your dashboard there, I think.
I'm muted. Thank you for saving this stream, because last time, I don't know if you guys saw the last video, I was muted for like a yeah.
Okay.
Oh man,
Happens to the best of us.
Indeed. Tiny Toxin, thank you for the raid during this lovely get together we're having. Okay, I can't
nice little sentence there.
I gotta remind myself I can't be a streamer while we're doing the actual TV show thing. Or
TV show.
All right, you guys have a good night. All right, have a good one.
Do you want to just roll the intro again? Get back to the start, so people come back in.
Be like this. All right, guys, have a good one. It's time to end things. Why is it backwards on Discord? I'm dead.
But yeah, so if you don't know, we're actually going to be on G4 TV. Leaked it just then.
Oh,
Yo.
man. Yo.
Hey, Tony.
Hey.
So are we all here? We are all in attendance now, right? I guess we can finally start the show.
No, of course not. Why would we all be here?
Why would we?
That's a good question.
Why would we be here when we
Life skill greatest mystery.
All right, so who wants to do the intro this time around? I feel like Merlvin didn't get a chance to go.
Are we gonna force Marvin to do the intro this time?
I think so.
Instead of Tiny.
You guys are. Oh my god.
Tiny already went through it. Okay, we have to.
Yeah, but you didn't prepare me for it. You didn't tell me in advance. You were like, "Oh, let's go. We're going live, and now it's your turn."
Mod didn't tell us in advance.
We're all chit chatting, so we're good. We might as well just introduce ourselves.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the one thing you got to know, right, is that this is a get together of friends, and I want to keep it as natural as possible. So prepare for the unknown, prepared to be thrown into situations, because it's better that way, right? I would think.
Right, guys?
Right, guys?
Right?
Right? Believe me, please.
Did he just say it was good for the unknown? But the unknown is what scared the hell out of Tiny.
True.
What?
What? All right.
I almost forgot we were alive. What is happening? I'm getting killed in game again. I'm sorry. I'm getting distracted.
It's all good.
All right, Mervin, kick it off.
It's only the missing cat in the what was it, the closet?
Oh. I know what Merlin's referencing.
All right.
You come
Come on, Mervin, let's go.
Don't
We got
worry,
this. You got this. Let's do this.
What? what? I was like out of the room for a couple of minutes dealing with baby, so I don't even know what you said.
God dang it.
This is the best start ever, I think, right?
Agreed.
Yeah,
This
I think
is-
it's the best. It only, get- it only, and
Alright.
it's only gonna get better from here. Trust me.
Am I supposed to
You
be
have
doing the
to.
intro? Is that what's going on?
This is the peak of streaming, guys.
All right, guys. Welcome to Archeage United. My name is Mod Monkey. This show is designed to bring together all the best content creators for Archeage, as well as the community to come together to ask questions and also reminisce on the previous month for each show. I guess I get to start it off, and we're gonna go down the row as best as possible. You guys introduce yourselves to the community.
All right, Calvin, take it away.
Hey. Hello, I'm Kelvin Kano. I am a East player on Ruiner Marmus anymore. Sorry, I'm more used to the old server. I don't know much else to say. Well, welcome.
All right. Well, welcome everyone. I'm Zanrise. I usually go by Zan. I make the Arcade YouTube videos. I'm an EU player, as you can probably tell by my voice. I'm a UK boy, so over in the EU, over on Hieronymus, I just chill there, do my thing, stream Arcade, and occasionally make YouTube videos, which I should occasionally make more of those, but it is what it is. But yeah, that's me.
Okay, I guess it's my turn now. Hello, everyone. I'm Merylvin. I stream Archeage in North American server, yeah? So NA, Akhmet. I mainly just play the game. So I think that's about it for me. I don't really know
Alright,
what else
Danny.
to put right there. I mean, I stream a bunch of different games, but we're talking about Archeage, so
Right, Tiny,
You
take
guys
it
are
away.
being priceless today. This is so fun. Okay, hi guys. I'm Tiny Toxin. I've been playing Archeage for a very long time, mostly casually, but I try to do a lot of more content now. So yeah, that's it. Today we've been streaming in the hot tub, I guess. In Archeage, right? So
Yeah, Tiny is a hot tub streamer now,
Oh,
so you all know.
jeez. Way to ride the meta.
wait,
The around.
seriously? Is
Wait.
that what's going
Yeah,
on
sure.
now?
I
Yeah, she's
mean,
new meta.
why not?
Well, I mean, not in person, but
No, in game.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, but there's
You know what?
nothing about your in-person personality to your on-stream personality isn't the exact same way.
No, but you know in Hasla where there's the waterfall, and there's only like one spot for a house.
You got that
Guilty?
spot?
Yeah, no, Gildy got that spot, and then he got a hot tub there, and he talked about it like last time, like a couple days ago, and I was like, hey, by the way, can I stream there?
It's such a
He
beautiful
was
spot.
like, go for it. Yeah, it's really pretty. I was like, yeah, I cannot not do it,
I'll pass up this opportunity to do a hot tub stream in Archeage.
I don't know. Maybe
Ah.
it's silly. I don't know.
All right.
It's
No,
funny.
I think it's funny.
So, what have we been going through this past month? Because your boy's been going through a lot. How's everybody doing this month?
I've been chilling, just been doing my thing. it's been okay for me, honestly. It's not been too bad, but it is what it is, Been doing my thing. I got addicted to GTRP at one point as well, so if I do a Russian accent at any point, guys, it's not my fault, okay?
Wow. Did you say GTA RP?
Yeah, I was doing that for a little bit, so if I break out into a Russian accent by accident,
Jeez.
that's been happening.
Anyone else? Anyone else this month?
I've been extremely tired. I've been working a lot of hours, but other than that, Arcade, it's we've been doing our own thing. Kind of trying to chill. There's kind of a lot of stuff going on in Marmus, East and West. Kind of West is divided. East is doing stuff I don't necessarily approve of, but there's a lot happening, and I don't even know what to think of it right at the moment. I'm still trying to collect my thoughts and figure out what gameplay me and my guild is going to do. It's kind of, yeah, just a bad situation, and there's not much we can do, I feel, but we're looking into seeing what we can still do to help East itself.
I've given up on my faction.
Oh no. What happened?
Oh man, a lot of it I'm not going to get into here because it just doesn't deserve to live past the server. But
True.
yeah, like I mean, I guess on all servers, because you have a lot of different guilds bidding for power, because you know you have the fresh roll to a new server, and then you have land claims and stuff happening, and then on top of that you have the castle claims that are starting up. We won the first castle, and then a lot of drama popped off, and we could have won the second and third castle, but because of that, we've pretty much, a lot of people just like backed out of doing the castles. So like the remaining people that were trying to get all the power has been losing castles left and right to the west. The west has seen its own drama with like people just, you know, talking to people like dogs, which ended up splitting the west. And I don't know, I felt like if there was like a lot less toxicity in the server, people would actually have all the castles and unite everyone, but people can't step past themselves apparently. And yeah, I think this is a problem probably for all the other servers, minus the EU servers, because I'm pretty sure you said you were doing pretty well over there. But castle drama,
we've just had like one little thing, but it's been like just like people, I don't know, it's been fine for the most part, I think, but I'm not super involved as you guys are. I imagine I don't really talk to leaders or stuff like that.
Right there, Zan. I don't pay too much attention.
yeah, I've been focusing more on my guild and not everyone else outside of it, to be honest. And it's been pretty cool. I've stopped gear progression personally, and I'm the gem maker, so I've just been busting out a bunch of like glorious gems left and right. I think I've made in a span of 3 days like 11 or 12 glorious gems, fire glows and copper glows.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Quite a few.
of quite a few. Everyone in the guild, and this is something I didn't think would be possible, but I was like, hey guys, I need the higher level people to stop progression. Just stop progression, and we're gonna get resources from the lower level people, and we're gonna get gold from the higher level people, combine it and get everyone gemmed up, starting with the lower people first, moving our way up. And everyone just halted progression, and all they've been doing is focusing on bringing in mats for gem creation, and it's been insane, dude. I've been taking like pictures of everything, all the donations, and putting it up on the forums, and it's just like a wall of donations that's been coming in. I'm actually like, it brought me to tears kind of, because it was like one of those things where like everyone's stopping to think about themselves, and they're thinking about everyone else in the guild, and that's bringing us like this right now in the guild. It's been incredible.
Yeah, it's cool that you can organize that, because I think a lot of people tend to just look out for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So it's cool that people are, you know, banding together, because it generally is the best way to progress if everyone's pulling their weight.
Mm-hmm. And it's something I did not think would work, but it's working so well that it's kind of scary. It's really kind of scary.
Yeah, well, hopefully it works out for you, and you know, have a pretty strong team of people in the end.
Indeed.
Damn. We actually got lucky, I think, on my server, because we got 3 of the I guess we got 3 out of 3 so far.
Yeah, I want to consider that luck. I consider that a pirate deal.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, the thing about owning all the castles, right? Even though it looks like it's great for you, the second your side goes free farm, you're gonna see people either transfer off the server or quit playing. It's actually like the death of a server, right? So and this is something I've kind of been preaching, but like people just don't understand it or don't care to. But it involves people to step aside their greed, and pretty much allow for equal distribution of castles between both sides. Some people think, oh, you're stifling my PvP, but that's not the case. You can still have PvP because people are still going to be doing Onyx runs, etc. And then there's content. But what people don't understand is you kind of have to split the line if you want to have a healthy server in order to continue the server growth. Because like the meta right now in this game, and I think it's something that they should be looking forward to fixing in the next iteration of this game, is how do you stop the meta being we need a free farm in order to win? Because as soon as free farm win, you lose so many players, and they either transfer off the server or they go to the winning faction in order to free farm. And it's a one-sided deal.
It's a tough thing to actually manage because at the end of the day, it is a very social game, and it's built around these systems like the castles, the hero system, and even if people like rig a vote, for example, that's part of the game. That's like a system because again, it is people like socially interacting and forming these alliances and stuff, and that's kind of how it works. But the problem is some of these systems, if certain people take over, other people get pushed out of the game and then don't play the game as much, which is what makes me think that the hero system's so cool and interesting, but also can mess with stuff as well quite a lot. So it's a difficult thing to manage, and I don't know what the best way of going about it would be in the end.
Yeah, because the heroes have a lot of they have a lot of power once they get voted in, right? So we had one hero who caused a temper tantrum because he wasn't going to get voted in the next round, and he pretty much tore down a castle by himself and left it vulnerable. But like things like that, the whole system needs to be reworked in my opinion, because it's really not balanced. I'm happy that they took out player nations because that was pretty much the same thing, right? You just pull everyone you can into one nation from both sides, and then it's an unbeatable force of Zerg, and you can't deal with it, and it ends up killing the server. This time around, even after they remove that, the whole meta is just, it's now faction v faction. Whoever wins first pretty much kills off the next faction. It's I don't know. After all these months of playing, there's so many ways of people trolling and just acting obnoxious that just kills the fun for me in this game. Couple that with the lack of supporting tools like guild tools and features that are just blatantly not here. It's rough. It's rough running a guild. It's rough maintaining that fun. It's rough maintaining enthusiasm. But I mean, that's just me. That's my personal opinion.
Yeah, no, I don't think you're wrong. I think there can definitely be tools and stuff put in place to make managing stuff a lot easier. I think that's a big problem with Archeage. It has a lot of systems in there that they're not very good at convenience and, ease of use and stuff like that. They're not very good at. I don't know. I feel like there's more they could add in. I don't know how they would change the system. Like I think I agree they should change the system in some way, but I don't know just yet how I'd go about it. It's maybe something I want to put more thought into before I try and talk about more, because I couldn't give like a really solid answer to how they should approach it.
Yeah, it's a difficult thing to try to work through, right? Because like the system itself is meant to be dynamic, and it's meant to be like self policing, but there's just some big holes. I mean, and it's not even really the company's fault, because like with anything, someone was going to find an exploit, right? And they're going to find a way to exploit things. It's just one of those things where like I feel like just simply saying it's not right, it doesn't work, definitely needs to go back to the drawing board for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, does anyone else have any ideas for how they'd go about it, or what you think needs to be changed?
It's even like Mod said, it'd be one of those hard things to kind of be able to change. There's a lot into it. Then, like I said, there's loopholes everywhere. Maybe not everywhere, but there's loopholes that people can get around, and the people that are going to get around it anyways, they're still going to find a way to get around it. It's like, unfortunately, some things never change even though you're trying to make it change, but it's just the type of people that you're dealing with at times.
Yeah, agreed.
And yeah, I mean, at this point, it's like you see the problem, you acknowledge there's a problem, but there's really nothing much you can do but wait and see if it gets fixed in a later patch or whatever. It's just where I am with that. It's like really not much more to say about it, to be honest. I've heard of like 101 different ways of going about things, but then the problem then becomes like balancing issues. So like you move one way and then it opens up the door for someone to exploit like coin purses, et cetera, or, you know what I mean? There's like really, it's something that they just need to go back and rethink. Especially, I mean, I'm not holding out for that being a thing for this game in particular, but I would hope that they either implement a new system or work on the system that they have and just think about it further for Archeage 2.
Yeah, definitely for Archeage too. That'd be really cool to see. It has a lot of potential.
Yeah, indeed. I can't wait until they start releasing like feature sets and stuff like that for the game, because it looks like we're still gonna have naval battles from the art design that was released. So
yeah.
It showed boats on the water, and then it showed like this beautiful island with a castle on it, and then they had a library on it as well that was stuffed in the top of it. So like maybe we can have the library system, the old library system again, where you can go in.
The floors, the free floors back in the day.
Yeah.
Don't have the start one chained at least. We got it for like a few weeks or whatever before it was taken out.
Yeah. So what else happened this month that was kind of crazy?
There hasn't been a lot of big changes patch-wise, I don't think, but just had festivals and stuff coming, haven't we? Well, we had what did we talk about last? It was the Gunslinger last time, wasn't it? And then we had like
the Gunslinger release.
When did the costumes come in? The costumes on Diligence?
Whoa, they came in like a week ago. They came in recently. Because I remember seeing the post.
More recent.
Yeah, so they added a bunch of they added an achievement for getting all the costumes now. I'm still not too sure what that scroll does. Does anyone know yet what that scroll does?
Yeah. So what the scroll does is it will upgrade your costume, and I believe you get 100 labor every time you use your costume, and it's the cooldown's like, is it an hour or 24 hours? It's something like that, but it's big. It's a big buff for your costume, which is really cool.
Wow.
Which costume?
So the new costume scroll, which will awaken your costume. I think it's like the other awakened scrolls. There's a chance that it'll go up, and then you can also buy these like scraps from the general merchant to build it up again. The one thing is you can't use the scroll unless you have that fashion icon achievement. So you need to get all these costumes, which they're putting up for Diligence anyway, which is cool to see.
Isn't it something where you can make another one for someone else as soon as you have it, or something like that?
I think they need the achievement to use it. That's what I've heard.
Oh, okay. Wow. Well, that's definitely something to work forward to, but then at the same time, oh man, the amount of diligence you're going to have to spend to get towards that. I'm currently on the ultimate glider track, so I'm probably not going to deviate from that until I get my glider, and then I'll have to focus on that scroll. But it's definitely something that's pretty cool to work towards, especially for when events come out that give costumes that add towards achievement.
Yeah. Unfortunately, currently the kitty onesie and the puppy onesie from the Valentine's Day event don't count towards it, but the ones that they put in for the Possum Festival do. I'm hoping they change that, because I've got both of the ones from Valentine's Day. I didn't do the Possum Festival because I've already done it like 3 times before this, so I don't want to do it again. But I'm hoping they'll fix that, because then I'll actually get those achievements.
Oh wow. And then they added that, and then what else happened after they added the costumes? Oh, we had the I wouldn't say hack. It was more like there was a way that someone found to move over to different servers. Does anyone know the backstory to that? I don't even think, should we even go into the backstory of that? I think we should just like not talk.
I mean, I don't really. All I had was like one person got banned over on EU for it, and then it was worse on NA. That's all I know.
Yeah, so on the NA, there's a couple people that moved over to move gold and items over to what was that new server? Godfrey. Yeah, and I heard like most of them got caught and banned, but there's still like money and stuff floating over on that server that's completely wrecked the economy over there. So like, yeah, I don't know if that's ever gonna be fixed. I've just been telling people like don't make characters over on the Fresh Start server now because it's like not even worth it because you have people that are already geared. But it'll be more beneficial to join like Marmis or Akmet or other main servers and just join an established guild and get geared up there. Because I've been getting that question a lot. I'm like, hey, should I still go to the Fresh Start server, or I want to go to the Fresh Start server? And I've just been like, nah.
Yeah. I don't know how bad it is over on EU for the Fresh Start because only one person got through from what I heard, and I thought I was under the impression that stuff had been rolled back, but apparently over on NA at least, a lot of people still got through with the gold. So I don't know. I think it's still, if EU is not as bad, it's probably still a good idea for Fresh Start on EU. Although you do have a lot of the, more try-hard players over there, but it's your call.
Yeah, I mean, I'm of the mindset like if you're willing to exploit whenever the heck you find a second to do so to try to get ahead, your main account and all accounts attached should be deleted and removed from the community, because you're not doing the community any service by doing stuff like that. I mean, I've talked to a couple people so far, and there's different variations of how people feel about it. But for me, I'm just like, everything they ever touch should just be wiped out because, you're wrecking an economy of a very fragile ecosystem on a Fresh Start server that's developed to bring in and maintain new players, which is what this company and this game needs. And to jeopardize that for self-gain or to bully people with your lovely gear is just tiny. It's a tiny mentality, and those people should go play other games.
No offense, Tiny.
No offense, Tiny.
But no, for me, I see it as like they should definitely roll back stuff like that and wipe whatever gold they managed to get through it. I don't think they need to like ban people like that because some people see it as clever use of game mechanics. That's the term that would get thrown out, which I'd say roll it back and take away whatever they gained from it, and I'm fine with that. I wouldn't take a hard stance of just wipe them from existence. But I think as long as they've had the gold wiped or whatever, that's fine. But apparently that's not the case. So
we have Graxer saying in Russia and Korea, when people abuse alts to break peace zones, WBS, the alts and mains get banned. They trace who owns which alt easily and just have less staff on EU and NA. Wish for more staffing.
Yeah.
And that's another thing.
That impression.
Yeah, that's another thing too. And I don't know if they wanted me to talk about this, but like from what I've been hearing, the staff is just very minimal and they're stretched very thin, which is why I feel so bad for like the CMs and GMs and stuff because they do so much and with so little resources. And I don't think a lot of people know that, and they should know like they do a lot. They do a lot and they try their hardest. So that's why if you see me, I give a lot of leeway to CMs and GMs in the game because
Yeah, they're the ones on the front line. They take all the abuse in pretty much every game, to be honest. But especially in Archeage, it's rough. Like in any game, it's always the people on social media or at the front that have to take the brunt of it, and it's never that fun to be a CM, I can't imagine.
No, not at all. That's why I would never apply for that position. Yeah, I don't have the time of day.
Enough guys, okay?
but it is something to look at and like admire, because like I just wish the company would either hire more people and put people in place to actually be present in the servers. I feel like there's no direct GM presence, and it feels like their hands are tied behind their back as far as running the servers. I think there would be a lot less BS going on if you had active mods like they did in Guild Wars 2 and in World of Warcraft. But I think World of Warcraft even took that away, didn't they? Like they no longer have
they
active
automated
mods.
a lot of that stuff.
Yeah, which is unfortunate, because I remember back in the day.
Activision.
Oh, jeez, Activision! Don't let me get started with these companies, especially Activision. But
I've taken a moment to cry after thinking about Activision. Just wipe away the tears.
These greedy companies, man. That's gonna start a rant of a whole nother. Y'all don't want to hear me talk about that.
We could get into that. It's again, it comes to like, you know, there's the people in the games, well, in the companies that are the business people and who make a lot of the decisions. Then you have the actual game developers, and there's that like divide there. That's where a lot of decisions come from. So you've always got to bear that in mind.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate, right? Because like we are contending with a couple of different pools, right? We have Kakao that now owns majority stock in the company. We have Tencent that owns everything, and then we have Gamigo. Yeah, literally everything, and we have Gamigo trying to run the ship as best as possible while contending with XL Games and everything that they want. So it's been the curse of this game that we're always under XL Games' thumb for the most part, and I don't really understand or know if Tryon or Gamigo has enough ability to act on like the mechanics of the game without going and checking in with XL Games. I don't think that's the case. I think every time they do. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I've always had the impression that it seems to be the case. They can make little changes to the game, but for anything major, they need to actually communicate with XL, and then XL have to be like, okay, yeah, we will do this, or they just flat out deny it. And then I get the impression that then there's like that time in between communication, and then there's the actual time spent developing whatever system they request. So there's a lot of communication back and forth that probably muddles with a lot of it.
It's like at least a month, and their system is not good. I think it's kind of what's killing this game, and it makes me worry kind of for Archeage 2, because like we're gonna have the same problem, right? Archeage 2, under whatever developer it falls under, they're still gonna have to report back to XL Games, and then you're still gonna have to have that wait, and there's not a direct reaction to what the community needs. Because the West runs differently than the East, and that's just a proven fact, right? We require different things. We play the game differently.
Factions, but like in real life, guys. Just
yeah. Yeah, we play MMOs way differently than they do over across the seas, right? So we will revolt over little things, whereas it's just a normal day overseas. And they really need to have an XL company branch out over on this side and run things directly on this side, so there isn't that lag of communication, and things can be rapidly implemented. Don't change the game every time someone cries on the forums for something, right? But do look into changes that you do make that will negatively impact the game. Like, for instance, I'm pretty sure everyone noticed by now the huge melee impact that came along with the Gunslinger update. Like, it's been real.
I don't know what you mean.
What's wrong, man? Are you running melee?
I'm definitely not a two-handed dark runner.
Ah, okay. Life must be great right now, huh? Who knew?
No, there's no issues. I know what you mean. What are you talking about?
You're part of the problem.
What do you mean?
Okay, I see how it is. I see how it is.
Saying that he still has his thing set up to Minecraft.
Oh, is it set to Minecraft? Lol. 10 out of 10, best streamer over here, guys. 1 second.
Very nice. We are a Minecraft podcast, guys.
Jeez.
Jagex, it's Microsoft run now, actually, isn't it? So Microsoft needs to step up the game, okay?
Right?
Oh my
When do I
god.
get to ride the Ender Dragon, okay? Okay, Microsoft, that's what I've been waiting for all this time.
I have a mod in mine that allows me to ride the Ender Dragon.
All right, 1 second. Let me
Very nice.
fix this. You guys can continue on without me.
Alright. I've lost track now, I'm just thinking about Minecraft.
Yeah, actually,
Yeah, I've got like 94 some odd mods at mine.
I swear I was
Yeah,
prepared for
talking
this.
about- But he had it set to Minecraft, and Tiny's the one who noticed that it was set to Minecraft still.
Oh,
well, Graham did talk about it earlier, but Ari said he wanted to play Minecraft, but then I was like, does he mean something about that, or like why did he just came out with that, and then yeah, I just noticed it now.
Well, Mod was supposedly streaming Minecraft yesterday, and I went in and he was playing Digimon, not Minecraft.
I was okay,
yes,
correction. I
Digimon.
was playing Fly for Fun Insanity mod. Don't ask me why, okay? It was a weird tangent that day. And I was meant to play Minecraft, but my Microsoft
Okay,
store
he
is
didn't
borked.
Chat open either.
It'd be like that sometimes.
It'd be like that. I had to take a break, man. I had to get away from stuff.
Oh, I understand. I've kind of, part of all the work and some of the crap going on east, I kind of stepped my foot back and I've been just doing whatever. But been constantly busy, so haven't been much gameplay, but gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. You can only go so hard. It's like you gotta take a minute to sit back, not think about the game and play something else. So when you get back into it, you got that itch and you can keep on pushing.
Yeah, we randomly did a beach day at the end of spring break, and just like ran down to VA and enjoyed the beach for like 1 or 2 days at a beach resort. It was pretty fun.
I wish we could have done that here. I mean, we went to the lake over here, and they're closed.
Oh, yeah.
Wednesday we had snow, and by like everything was covered like 6-7 o'clock in the morning, but by 2 in the afternoon it was all melted. Welcome to Ohio.
That's not half as bad as Arizona choosing what side of the street it wants to rain on and what side it doesn't want to, while the sun's blatantly out.
Oh yeah, the Sunday showers. Yeah, sunny showers.
I get questioned about that all the time, and I'm like, welcome to Arizona. That's just the way it works here.
what were you gonna say, Tani? Tani?
Yeah, I was gonna say something. I actually wanted to talk about like all the new dailies there is in game. Dailies and weeklies, actually.
Oh, you mean the Akash Invasion stuff?
Yeah, was that?
Oh.
Did we talk about that before? Or?
I'm trying not to go off on a rant on that, but yeah, let's go down this road.
I went on a rant about the last podcast.
I'm sorry.
Let's
all good.
go. How do you guys feel about the cash invasion now that we had like 2 months to deal with it?
I can't even play it, so.
For me, it's been fun though. For the few times I could go in, it was yeah. What do you? Why that face mod? What do you mean?
How are you having fun in that game?
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. The first 2 times I went, there was like it was either I think it was pirates, right? That just wiped our whole raid, and we couldn't do anything. But
Wait,
then,
what? How?
You
Well,
can't
yeah,
fight each other,
no,
right?
wait, no, never mind.
no-
That was
no PvP.
That was the garden. Yeah, no, that was the garden bosses. My bad.
No, I was about to
Was
say,
it?
if you're talking about the invasion, Tiny, what was going on is Eastwood's initially throwing it. This is a big rabbit hole that you really don't want to jump down.
Well,
This
I
is
mean,
one that you don't want to jump down.
it was only my experience, right? Where I did die a couple times because I was my noob ass could not withstand the damage of the mobs. But after that, I was kind of laying like in the back line, and the raid kind of did the whole job for me, and then I got the quest done. So that was nice, I think.
Okay, let me explain to you what has been going on our server. So on our server, at first we were throwing the match, or we were throwing the whole thing by killing ourselves because we wanted to end it for some odd reason and not finish it. And then we've evolved to actually doing the quests, but because there's so much drama going on our server, we're split up into two East groups, trying to do the quest to get the quest done for the chest, and then we pretty much just leave immediately after we're done with it. We have not come together with the other side in order to finish the quest at all. It's constantly being won. The very start of it, where you have to go do the egg hunt, or the not egg hunt, but the orb hunt with the eyes and everything, is the most frustrating thing on the face of the earth, because you're contending against everyone to try to get the quest done, and it's pretty much whoever has the achievement glider wins. And it's just the entire thing, the way it's designed, goes against what the cache invasion is trying to portray. So like the cache invasion, if you watch the cutscenes, the cutscenes, and look at what's trying to go on, we're supposed to be all uniting against a single force. So like pirates, west, east, we're supposed to all be coming together to fight back the invasion, because the invasion is supposed to be this huge big event that is supposed to change the way Archeage is going to be played after it's all over, right? What instead they do is they put in these mechanics that really divide everybody into different groups to try to get the thing done. You have to kind of like fight against each other, and it's very annoying, I would say. Not stressful really, but more so annoying, because in any given day, depending on how the political flag swings, you're either going to get the quest done, or you're going to have to just like hang out with your own guild and just get as much as you can done before it goes to war.
Yeah, but you know what I understand from that is basically you're saying that depending on maybe like your gear score or maybe even your guild, you might not even be allowed in somehow, or I don't know if that's like
It's limited to like 125 people per side, I believe it is.
And you can get kicked from the raid. So like if you're not on the political end, you can get removed from the raid, and then GG, good luck trying to get the stuff done.
Okay, I understand now. That makes sense, because like the first few times I tried to go, I would get booted out of the raid and I would not understand what was going on. And that was like a weird thing, like even not getting booted out of the raid, I feel like there was maybe some bugs, I'm not sure, but like the raid would disappear and then it would reappear, or I'm not sure, I can't remember, because like it happened like so many times where the loading screens, or basically like the what's it called, the
cutscenes, the very laggy cutscenes that bork everyone's computer.
Yeah, and then like you would be like, wait, what's happening? Like, are we in? Are we not in? Sometimes you were in, sometimes you were not, and then it was like so confusing. And I see the issue with having like so many people being able to join, and so it would leave a lot of the player base behind. And I don't even know how I got in so many times.
Yeah,
I'm just dying all the time.
You need it for your gear progression. Well, not even gear progression, right? Because now you have to like upgrade your arm and leg and Voltron.
You get buffed.
yeah, to get those boofs. So it's something that you need to do. It's not something that you can actually skip, to be perfectly honest with you. You need to get in there, you need to get those tokens, and you need to buy the stuff that you need to get to upgrade those different parts so that you can keep up with the the stats of everyone else pushing their gear, right? The only frustrating thing about it for me is it should have been a time for all of us to pull together and work together for a PvE event, because it's, if you look at it, it doesn't say a cache versus Nuians, a cache versus Haranians, so on and so forth. It says people versus a cache. And what they should have done was all the orb collection should have counted towards everyone that's in that zone. When you kill a cache or kill generals around the map, that should account for the quest for everyone in that zone, and it doesn't. And it's really frustrating because like you're looking at a quest that says that the storyline is we're all coming together to fight the single cause, but you have actual quests that just goes against the entire storyline completely, because everything you do, you're fighting for your personal progression, you're fighting for your faction's personal progression, and you're not really fighting alongside Nuians. And it's kind of like a thing, even if you do get the other side on board, you guys are going to have to all coordinate to get the event done. But yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's a race really, because we don't really have a lot of time, and that's the thing I noticed. If you don't keep up with the raid, like you have to be extra, extra paying attention. Otherwise, you're like a couple meters too far behind, and you don't get the kill, then you're done.
Yeah.
They're not gonna wait for anybody. It's like you have to be there, and sometimes the raids, like how I guess they are led, it's not always like clear what we're supposed to do, where we're supposed to be, so it's really like a coin toss at that point. So yeah, I understand.
Like a game of Dynasty Warriors, where we're just all the random peons, and then we just have the heroes leading the charge, and then just have that, and they'll have like a proper like map set up for the different objectives, and have like a bar or something that just completes all the quests with that, or the reward is just all contained within that. That might be a good idea, or a good approach to it. I don't know if maybe removing some of the like, not the rewards, but the negatives of losing. I couldn't think of the word, but like the world bosses getting buffed and stuff like that. I don't know if removing stuff like that would help, or like stop people from throwing as much, but I'm not really sure. I don't know how to approach it.
And it just they give too many avenues to troll, in my opinion, and it needs to be thought out more. But please don't take it away and spend 5 years developing it like other parts of the map that used to be open and not open now.
Bring back Miss Merrill.
Hashtag RIP Miss Merrill.
I don't want to be Kadum anymore, please. Just bring back Miss Merrill.
But yeah, it's definitely not the highlight of my week. And then on top of that, it takes up so much of the week, because it runs Friday, Sunday, Monday, if I'm correct, right? Friday, Sunday.
Monday?
I think it skips a day.
Okay.
Oh no, it's Friday, Saturday, Monday. There you go. It skips Sunday. And I mean, like it's a big chunk of my day. Every day or all those days, and I'm just like dragging my feet going to the event, like fine, because you need the tokens. It's just like no way around it. You need the tokens to keep up with progression, or else you're just going to be high gear score but still getting ganked by people that have their weapons and trinkets and stuff upgraded that give even more stats.
I think much like a lot of the other systems or other instances and stuff in Archeage, it's a really cool idea, but it's not really well executed. And I think, I don't know, it's one of those things where it's like, maybe look at it again, just change a few things around. Make it a Dynasty Warriors game, okay? A game. That's how I want to see it.
I have a question though, like how is the game like this for us? Like it at first is the Korean version that they just like translate kind of thing for us?
Yeah.
Like it's the exact same game, right?
Yeah, they rarely make iterations on what the original design is, because if they do, they have to Gamigo has to submit, just like Tryon did. They have to
Yeah.
submit changes to XL Games, and then we have to wait for those changes to come online, which is probably why we're seeing Gunslingers still don't have ancestral skills right now. It's probably because there's iterations that's going to be coming online soon.
Yeah. I have seen Ancestrals, and so they're coming out eventually, but it'll be a couple of months down the line, I think.
Yeah,
We'll see.
it's a big lag of not
But
fun.
aren't we still like 2-3 months behind from what Korean servers are anyways?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And it's like, so I was watching an anime, and I was talking to my guildies about it, and it was Bofuri. I think we talked about it here too before the stream went live. But what was it
Yeah.
called? I don't want to get hurt, so I max all my defenses. Bofuri. And it's got me like remembering the actual, like, what other guild or other games are actually providing and have been providing for years, like guild housing, guild missions. You can look at Guild Wars 2, you can look at Mabinogi, you can look at all these old games that have already built a very robust feature set that we struggle to get in this game. And while I will never say, hey, this needs to be done for Archeage 1, because I think we're past the time of calling for features like that for guilds and missions, I say put all that effort into Archeage 2, and really think about like what it is to have an MMO, because like after watching that anime, and I'm like at the 9th episode, it just reminded me of like all the fun I had in actual, like, I hate to say this because this sounds so mean, but in other MMOs, the quest lines were so innate, they were so immersive that you started to create memories with your friends in the game, from having to do certain missions or having to run people through missions. Sit down and actually think about the one time you actually had an adventure in Archeage through missions. I struggled to find a single one. I think the only one that surprised me was in Silent Forest, where you dive for keys in order to find the secret dungeon. Actually, later on today or tomorrow, I'm taking my guild over there to do it, just for one, nostalgia reasons for me, but that's like one of the biggest game mechanics that they could have just reiterated in different forms across the entire map, and they didn't do it. I hate to say this, and this is something that's kind of reiterated from me over and over again, but like Archeage really feels like a game that like was being developed, and all the lovely MMO feature sets were being put in, and then somewhere along the line at the very beginning, they all got fired. And so like what we were left with is this big open sandbox that is not a sandbox because of all the patches they put in. That's just empty. You see a lot of like nothingness in the underwater, in the like underwater sea area. Could have been
We spoke about this last time as
so
well.
yeah, well, I think I did. I think I went on a rant for this, but like underwater had so much potential. You're missing a lot of these. If you ever played Guild Wars 2, think of the first jump puzzle that you ever did and how incredibly amazing it is, right? Think of like the Quaggins, and how, I mean, I love the Quaggins so much, I try to get a backpack of the Quaggins. Think about like things you attach yourself into the game because it created a memory for you and your friends. Now look at what you're doing in Archeage, and really step back and look at what you're doing in Archeage. It's really just gearing up to go fight is literally all you're doing, and you're droning through the grind just to get to the fight, and there's no meat in the middle, right? So like a good MMO will have good PvE as well as good PvP. You will have good farmers as well as good PvPers, because you can't have one without the other. It's a balancing act, and I feel like Archeage is missing that. Hopefully Archeage 2 brings in a lot of like adventures that you have to go on that unlock secret missions that you can get, Where's the secret missions that you go on to get a skill by like, and this is in other MMOs, by the way, by giving gifts to a specific NPC merchant shop and then unlocking a secret shop to get a book that will actually give you a brand new skill that you can use as a mage. That is literally a mechanic in an MMO I've played. Where is doing side missions and then stumbling upon one that gives you a rare weapon that you can only get by going through so many other missions? It's very, in Archeage, it's very face value with everything you do. Spend a ton of money, get a bunch of money driven items, get a OP glider. Like this stuff should be hidden behind quest lines that are like ridiculously hard to do and probably secretive. And there's just none of that in this game. And I feel like I've been craving that for so long, I forgot I've been craving it.
Yeah. Didn't we used to have to do a quest to get our ancestral abilities? Or you went inside the Band Castle and there was like the swords or something?
Yeah, you had to go to that one cool island, right? You had to go all the way to the top of the island to get the quest. You had to do a bunch of like back and forth before you were able to unlock your ancestral. I was okay with that. I loved that. Even though there was PvP at the island, if anyone caught you there trying to get your ancestral skill going, I enjoyed it because that little island that literally no one goes to because there's no reason to go there is one of the most beautiful places in the game. Like, have you ever, who's been there and like looked at all the like the tall mountains and stuff that's like surrounding a secret little cove that you go into? I'm like, this place is incredible and it's never used, but this is like an ongoing theme with this game. They have so many really beautiful places that you literally go to once and you never go back again because there's no reason to go back again.
I think, is this the one just east of Salisbury? It's like just off the coast. Yeah, I think there's a few quest lines where it's just go here, talk to NPC, and leave. You don't actually do anything with the island, which is unfortunate.
And it's a beautiful island. It really is. But you just don't do anything with it. It's like, the game feels very flat. And
yeah, I've said this quite a lot. It's a sandbox, and they need to add rides into it. They need more rides. They need more PvE content. Like, even when it comes to PvE content, like the actual, like, a lot of it is just kill a certain amount of mobs, which isn't PvE content in mind. That's not good enough. They need more dungeons. I mean, the only dungeon that has like actual mechanics, I guess, outside of like the library and stuff, is like, I don't know yet. It's like I guess Crawl Out Cradle has some mechanics to an extent because there's like the first boss in there. That's a bit of a pain, but like they don't have proper mechanics to a lot of these, and even for the ones that do, a lot of people don't even do them because it's like they just outscale them with gear, which I think is an issue. I think there needs to be more stuff like that, and then more rides around the world that you have to go to. You know, more stuff to do, just in the ocean, just, I don't know, everywhere. There's just a lot more they could put in.
Yeah, it's it's one of those things where it's like, how do you fix this? You know what I mean? Like, how do you fix this? Because it needs to be a full revamp of all the NPCs, in my opinion. You need to have, right now, all the NPCs are one-dimensional. You talk to them, get the quests, go kill things, come back, collect the quests. Where are the NPCs that you have to like protect as they go out? Like, okay, I keep going back to Guild Wars 2, but it's like,
I don't want to do an escort quest though. Escort quests. So
escort quests. You have secret NPCs that you can only find at certain times a day. I think they did that once for the Dream Ring, where you had to find like the bards that only show up at a certain time.
Oh, yeah, the even bards.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a few of those.
I remember that.
Then you have flowers you gotta pick at a certain time.
That are like locked, but
yeah, for the Haram Ring.
I've seen games where you have to not only wait for a certain day, but it has to be like at a certain day, at a certain time. It needs to be thunderstorming, and then you'll see a secret statue appear during this specific time, and when all these different values are met, and then you can use that to continue your quest to get like a really powerful skill. This kind of mechanic is sitting in a game called Mabinogi, which is like 20 years old. Like,
Final Fantasy XI did something like that for one of their missions called Divine Might. you had to make like this arc pentasphere thing, and well, the only place you can only make it in one place, but you had to wait for it to be full moon and no weather, because the game actually had moon cycles and everything that crafters went by for everything. So you had to make sure to trade these items to this place at this certain time, and if you were just a second short, late, or whatever, you had to wait until next time, which would be like 3-4 days.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they can make the open world or the other dungeons more rewarding. I think it's like put mounts in some of the dungeons or something along those lines. I think there's more ways to make it interesting and make people want to do that kind of content and not just have to sit there and do their daily grind, do the dungeon runs, do the library, do the and then like, okay, I'm done. Gotta do this. Make it less of a checklist and more like well, you can still have it be a checklist, but make it like, hey, I can also get something really fun out of this, or have hidden mounts around the world that, again, is like what Mod was saying, where there's a certain time of day or whatever where a boss spawns and you can kill it during that. Which, well, I guess you kind of do have a world boss, but like just other secret things, like other conditions that you'd have to meet, which would be kind of cool.
And I think that's why WoW gains a lot of popularity. I left WoW, like, I played it until like the Blood Elves came out, and then I left, which is gonna probably date me.
Vanilla.
Yeah, it's vanilla.
Yeah, before the first expansion.
It's definitely gonna date me because I am old. But like when you look at like what they do with mounts and how people obtain them, you got people like Osmond Gold gaining popularity and going through all of his past adventures of what he had to do to get each mount. And you look at that.
He's still going.
Oh yeah, he's still going. That freaking guy is amazing.
I collect mounts in Archeage, but it's like I have to wait for diligence to collect mine. Is the
Yeah,
problem.
yeah, that's the thing. Like you say, oh, I want to get the next mount. Oh, I guess I gotta collect diligence. Like there's no story behind it. There's no, yeah, there's no. You have to like. I think the recent one that he went and got, he had to like solo a dungeon, like an entire dungeon that was ridiculously hard. He had to solo it, and that's how he got the mount. And in the way they presented it at the end, he like walked into this whole new area, and then it's just like this poisonous worm mount that he was able to just walk up and grab after soloing the dungeon. This is stuff that this anime has literally brought back to, because I completely forgot that was a thing that happens in MMOs because I've been playing Archeage for so long. But you start to like yearn for like these type of features. And it makes you really wonder if they have the mindset to set aside a lot of the failures in Archeage and take all the good stuff from it, like the PvP, the combat system, and bring it over to another game and actually build MMO mechanics and guild mechanics into the game. Like that's what I'm waiting for. I'm sorry, but I'm putting Archeage 2 on a pretty high pedestal for myself. It needs to really match a couple of things for me, because a lot of the MMOs that have been coming out lately, it's just been falling by the wayside. Legacy Hoarder here. New mount hype is either loyalty gold or credits and done. Even the Astera, from Race Quest was for many an hour of work, and then they had it. Yeah, there's no challenge, right? It's like just throw money at the wall and you got the thing, or throw time at the wall and you got the thing. I mean, I hate to put it into such a negative space, but it's like definitely something that needs to be talked about, because my biggest fear is that they're going to repeat the process in the Archeage 2, and I really don't want that.
Yeah, I think there's a lot to learn from Unchained and Legacy, which I just hope they put in with Archeage 2, but we'll just have to wait and see at this rate.
It's a waiting game. It definitely is a waiting game.
But like the way the way they named it though, they said Archeage 2. Why Archeage 2? Why not Archeage 3?
I said this. Well, no, they should have never named it Archeage to begin with, because there's so much negative. Well, I mean, overseas they don't have a problem with the game, right? On the West, because of what we had to go through, Archeage is a really like it lands on the top of everyone's list if they're honest with themselves and they're not like paid off, but that's a whole nother rant. Archeage lands on a lot of people's lists because there's no game out there like this. So like as much as I rag on this game, there really isn't any game like this, which is why we all love playing this game to begin with,
That's
right?
why it keeps us hooked.
It's why we leave and we come back. It's literally why we keep coming back.
Oh yeah.
It's because of fluidity of combat, it's because of the PvP, and it's because of the gear grind, which keeps us distracted. I wish more from it, and I wish they didn't name Archeage 2 Archeage 2. I wish they would have just went with a different name entirely, and then just called it the successor. Don't put Arc anywhere in it.
Age 2.
Because I really want more people to be attracted to it, especially if it turns out to be a good game, right? And that's my hope for the game, and this is why I push so hard, because I don't want the community to pretty much die out. But it's really hard when, like, you know, you're worried about the what makes an MMO, right? You need to have sustenance. You need to have something to bite onto. You need to have something to gain memories and adventures with your friends, and you need to be able to display your adventures in a really good way. Archeage 1 doesn't do that very well. You can get trophies and stuff that you could put into your house that shows your adventures around, but really, what does it mean, right? Like, half the time they're so small you can't even tell what the heck it is. I really wish that they had like a guild hall for the guilds, and they backed the guild system a heck of a lot more than they did, so that you can display huge statues of your adventures with your guild, and create memories, because it's all about creating
That sounds
memories.
Cool. Yeah.
But this is something that's not even new to the genre, believe it or not. Like, what I'm talking about, this is all things in different games, and it's been there for years. It's just,
yeah, I mean,
you know,
they could always yoink those ideas and just twist them a little bit. Just the old yoink and twist.
or make them better.
I think it's, yeah, improve upon them. Just do what Blizzard used to do in the past, where they'd just take everyone's ideas and make them better and put them into a game, you know, and then they became Activision Blizzard, but we don't talk about that.
And as much as I love this game, like, I'll rag on it because I want to see better. That's really what it is. I want to see better from this game. But that means, you know, we have to really get into sync with XL, and XL needs to get on board. I think I read a post a while ago that they said that they were going to focus on this game and making it better with the like I think they said something about, like, they had a rough time during COVID, but they're gonna I wish I had the article up. They were gonna focus on quality of life for the game, and hearing that from XL made me really happy. So it's just more like waiting around and seeing exactly what they do. I really hope that they do more with the guild system, because right now it's like it's up to me to rally the guild, pretty much. Like, or any individual guild leader, you have to kind of like pull stuff up to make your own adventures, and yeah, it's rough, especially in an open world PvP game.
Yeah, I've been trying to think of more events and fun stuff that I can do, just to, I don't know, just give people something to do and have fun, because that's what I want to do more of. It's where I want to focus my time.
Hopefully later on down the line we can do community events and stuff like that, and for our specific servers, and we get more backing from the company. It looks like they're putting their foot forward as far as that goes. It looks like they're making a commitment towards the community as of what we've seen recently. I just hope that they keep reiterating it. I hope to see other people from the stream pop up on the front page of Gamigo's site, and then I hope that they start taking a serious look at community driven monthly events. It doesn't have to be bi-weekly. It can just be monthly events that they can pull off to bring everyone together, because doing that, I believe, would probably kickstart a more healthier community. And because right now it looks like, or it seems like, it's more like everybody for themselves, right? Like you see the farmers farming and running their farm cart, they say nothing to no one. They just do their thing, turn in their packs, keep it moving. There really isn't any it really isn't anything that's bringing anyone together. More so, you're more encouraged to stay to your corner and not say anything and keep it moving, which is not good for a community's health.
I think it might depend on the guild as well, though, because so far I've seen that my guild kind of helps each other out. Like when people want to run packs, they ask and they're like, "Hey, like who wants to come help?" And it's like a guild, sort of a guild stuff, a guild activity to do.
Yeah, but do you reach out to other guilds and help them out as well?
Sometimes there's some we kind of, with the process the way everything is, it's kind of still kind of touch and go with some guilds, but it's like we've been making friends, and there's some that may call on some of us that if they need a little bit of help, we'll come out help them, or if we need some help, we hit them up and they'll bring some of their guildies and they'll help us. It's like, it's just all about making the friends. It still takes a little bit because people are set in their ways and really don't look completely out for anyone else until you start getting to know each other. But on that, it's a little bit. It's like we do help some guilds. It's like, and some guilds help us. It's just kind of getting to know them so we're all can be on the same page.
Yeah, because with the
I think
merge
it's
as
also
well.
the state of. Oh, John, go on, Tony.
Sorry, no, it's just with the merge. Like we're all kind of getting to know each other again, sort of, because there's a lot more new people.
That's definitely true. Yeah, it's definitely a reset in a lot of ways.
Yeah, like I was saying, anyway, I feel like it's just the state of MMOs in general, and just like where we are socially. Like, MMOs have progressively gotten less social. Unfortunately, that's just been the case. I don't know if it's just the times. Like back in the day, if you wanted to talk to your friends, you'd just hop on, WoW, hang out with your guild because they were your friends. You'd hang out. We never had like Discord and stuff to just hop in and just hang out in our own individual spaces. So when people go past people in game, they don't sort of wave or say hi or anything. I don't know if it's just that we've gotten less social when it comes to these games, or if we're just more enclosed on our own spaces, or something along these lines. But I feel like Archeage does try. It is one of those games where it's a lot more social than other MMOs, but at the same time, you do just have people that are just doing their own thing and they keep to themselves. I mean, to be fair, I do that a lot. I just keep to myself on stream, which is just me. I am very unsocial. I don't know. I'm just very introverted and, listen, I'll just hide away. But, yeah. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, I wish I could just stream and be left alone. Sad face.
Yeah.
Like, the past month has been really rough for me. I've just been trolled 24/7 by people that are really open about my color, to say the least.
Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah. I'm personally at a crossroads with it. It's like, do I stay and try to change things from corporate down, because it's going to require me to really have some deep conversations with people that are above CM positions, about what can be done with stuff like that. I do have some good news on that front, though. There was a guy that was harassing me every single day, and he got removed from the game. And I mean every day. And I endured it for like 3 weeks. And I finally caved in and was like, hey, here's this guy's name. This is beyond playing the game. He's literally killing me every second he gets a chance at my house. And I haven't seen him for the past week, so I'm guessing that they took care of it. But there needs to be... It's weird, right? Because, like, how do you go, I am a content creator, give me special privileges, right? That doesn't sit well with a lot of people, and that shouldn't be a thing. But how do you continue to make content when people can reach out and completely ruin your fun in the game, if they choose to, right? So like, this game is all about getting the best gear, and once you have the best gear, you could pretty much tell people what you want to, whatever you want, because what are they going to do, right? And you can, in a lot of ways, hinder people's progression if you have a lot of gear and a lot of time and a lot of focus. Unfortunately, I've been getting a lot of negative attention, and it's brought to my attention like, this is a problem. This is toxic. What can be done to get rid of gamers like this, or to at least hinder them from being able to do such a thing? There's systems that are in place in other games that are coming out, where like if they kill you, if they PK you for 24 hours, you get to see where they are on the map, which helps you gather your friends and pretty much fight back against people that are trying to hyper focus you. But as a content creator, I'm pretty sure you guys probably haven't gone through this yet, but as a content creator who's been thrown into the limelight, I would say, and now being focused and being harassed, like, what would you do? What route would you go in order to kind of fix that so that you can continue making content in the game?
Well, I mean, it's hard. It's hard to even look at, but for me, I don't really do a lot of big raid content or anything. I just do a lot of hangout and make up my own sort of, or I'll do dungeon runs or make up my own content on stream a lot of the time, and I have the privilege of, you know, making YouTube videos a lot more than I stream, so I can do a lot of that off stream, so I don't get like stream sniped. I don't know, I've been very lucky in that I've had most people be really cool on my server at least, but I don't know how, like, if it's like people being like very toxic and saying certain stuff, then it's something that would need to like come from people higher up. You would have to talk to someone. If people are genuinely being like racist or stuff along those lines, then it just have to, I don't know how else to go about it. You just have to see if the moderators or whatever can deal with them.
Yeah,
but
believe it or not, the moderators can't do a lot.
It's like it sucks. It definitely does. In a way, it's like if you want to keep on making content and stuff, you got to push the issue up, and you got to keep pushing the button until they actually do something. It's like, yeah, I know they're spread thin. It's like there's only so much they can do, and it still has to go further up the ladder. But it's something that does need to be taken care of, and it shouldn't be taken as long as they want to. But unfortunately, to get anything done, you have to keep pressing the issue.
Yeah, I struggled about...
It's not the first time we've had anyone removed for racist comments or anything like that. We had a lot of that on RuneArt. We had a lot of problems there where people did get banned. Some of them got warnings, and some of them they got where they couldn't talk for like 2-3 months. They could still play the game, but they couldn't say anything in chat. And there's still one still hanging on by a thread that he's been being good lately.
Yeah, I've heard about that. People being chat banned.
Yeah, I've seen chat bans for a while. But they can still play the game, which means they can still harass you in the game as well, right?
Yeah.
Like they can camp your house if they find out where you live, and they can show up every morning. Like I had one guy who got, I'm guessing he got removed. I would wake up, take 1 foot off of my beanstalk plot, die. I was like, how long have you been sitting here, my guy? Literally camping probably like for hours to see if I get up. If I would stream, they would immediately find where I am and they would come kill me. And it's just it's been a struggle. But that's Archeage, right? Like, you have to, I always step back and I try to step back and look at it from a different perspective. Yeah, I'm mad, right? But what can I say that will fix this situation without ruining the gameplay, right? You don't want to get to a situation where people are just getting yeeted out of the game left and right. for just PvP. There's another thing that popped up too, where my guild, because of me, this is all because of me, by the way, because they hate me. They've been targeting guild members, and anytime they talk in nation chat, they would get on their alts and all mass report the person and saying that they're saying like racist stuff when they're not. And for some reason, because of the automated system, it's actually working. Like they're actually getting like chat banned for no reason whatsoever. So like I would say the overall system, and also hiring more people to actually be present in the server, is needed to stop a lot of this mess that's going on. I think it would solve a lot of problems. Just designating one person to look over the server as a global GM.
Oh, that kind of sounds fun. Can I do that?
I wish I could do that.
I don't know if you
I want to be.
that,
I want to be banning people being bad in chats.
I would
Tiny just wants to go
never.
around bonking people.
I would.
What?
Bond just wants to do it so he can actually ban everybody.
Yeah, that's what I said. Like I would never
And then
take
he
that
gets the brief
position
off.
because I don't trust myself to be not biased.
He would ban everybody, including all of his guildmates.
How can you not be, or how can you be biased though? Like if people are being mean, you know, and like it shows that they really want to be mean. Like it's not just like banter between friends.
It's hard to like, because you've got to judge like how severe like a certain behavior is, and it's hard to like toe the line between what is a really bad behavior and what is, you know, is gonna get people in an uproar and being like, well, I'm just being censored or whatever. You know, you'll get stuff like that in Archeage where people will complain of bans and say they were unjust, and if the moderator is also playing on the same server, you do have that sort of conflict of interest. But at the same time, it's hard to balance is one of the things.
So
Yeah, no, for sure.
a couple of things, right? You need to have clear rules set in place, right? Where if they meet the criteria, they get whatever the action is that's attached to that specific rule, right? And then you have to trust people to not deviate outside of that, because that's where people on Twitch get in trouble for getting banned for things that doesn't make any sense, right? Because they're not adhering to a rule that's across the whole board, right? You need to remove all bias from it, and I'm talking about like there's different biases, right? So it's not just like race, there's also gender. You know what I mean? You can't be more lenient to one gender than another. It just needs to be one clear rule that is blanket across, and that's acted on without prejudice every single time. Another thing, you can't have GMs that also play the game. Like that can't be a thing, in my opinion. So like if you have, or if you're working as a GM, you can't also be an active player in the game. And I know like a lot of people will probably say, oh well, that helps them understand the game mechanics and know what to do, this and the third. But I feel like that will also introduce biases into their decision making as far as who gets banned, who gets punished, this and the third. And then who's to say they're not going to do things that will benefit their character in the game as well, right? I believe this game in particular has some history, for those of you guys who've been here from the beginning, from certain members who were fired or removed for utilizing, you know, their power to gain the system and help their buddies out with gear and stuff. So, I mean... yeah, like I've been thinking about it for a while though. Like there definitely needs to be a person that's assigned to each server and just log on, but there's definitely a lot of caveats that come with it.
I do think there's a grain of truth to there being a divide between them understanding what's going on in the game and there being like a bias, but yeah, at the same time, it's like I don't even know how willing they'd be to, you know, hire more people or pay people to do this as a job. So that's the issue, really.
They need to be on a payroll, because if they're not on a payroll, then you don't have the ability to set a rule set on the people that are not on the payroll that are volunteering, right? So like if Johnny, if GM Andy is like overlooking Discord, but he's not getting paid as a voluntary position, who are you to be like, hey, you need to get this and that done at a certain time? You're not paying that person. They're not on any type of payroll. There's no benefit outside of their own wanting to be, I guess, to have power or whatever, or recognition. There's really no. They have to be on the payroll, especially for like legal reasons.
Yeah. People shouldn't be volunteering, but I don't know what goes on behind closed doors. But yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Mega server run by XL Cacao, whatever. I heard that the C server is doing pretty well running under XL directly. But I haven't been on that server, so I can't really talk about it. Because I can't talk. I don't have any experience on that server. Okay, that's my rant for the day.
It's all good. Need to get one out.
Just for the day.
Just for the day.
One a day.
Just one a day.
Yeah. Anyone else got any hot takes for the stream?
I guess it's a good reason why I don't really pay attention to Nation Chat too much.
No, that's on a separate tab for me. That's immediately the first thing I do. Separate tab. Take that out of all chat. I'm good.
See, I hardly look at Nation Chat, but I'm a guild officer, so it's like, even with me not even looking out at all that, I know what the hell's going on. It's like I don't need to read all Nation Chat because we know what information we know. We relay it between all of our officers, and it's like we know what's going on. So it's like we can cut that part of the Nation Chat out of the toxic, but I don't know. It's still kind of a mess.
Oh no, I get it on all fronts, man. It leaves outside of, so like what I've been experiencing is in game they're angels. Outside of games, they're sly as I don't know what with the references and the baiting and the yeah. So that's what I've been dealing with, and it's been incredible to see. A lot of passion in this game, apparently.
Just a lot of passion. That's what it is. We're just all very passionate.
Very passionate about Archeage.
I think honestly, that's how I see it. I do see it. A lot of it, like people are passionate about the game, and then you have people that have their bad days, and they'll they'll get a little too passionate. But that's yeah, I don't know. I see it as a lot of people who are just like they have stuff going on in their lives
there.
when it comes to people.
Oh, I have my
Kel has a
days.
bad day, and then he comes on and he's just like, "Who can I PK today? Whose day can I ruin?"
But yeah, I mean, like it's one of those things where like you have to let it figure itself out. It's kind of a crossroads, right? Like we have the ability to band together and fight for change, but it's not going to be easy, and it's not going to be a short road, right? It's going to be a lot of work, effort, coming together, putting the info out there, working with the community. And it's just like right now I'm at kind of like a crossroads personally, where like, do I have the strength to keep pushing forward and enact the changes? I'm happy where Gamigo is going right now, personally, because you were in the Tryon creators program as well, right, Zanrise?
No, I didn't actually make Archeage content back then.
Oh, who here was? Well, back in the day, when under Tryon's umbrella, there was no recognition for the content creators there, right? You just got an email with codes, and that was about it. So for me, seeing that they're putting people's names on the front page is kind of a big deal, right? The company itself is saying, we trust you with our PR, with our image. We trust you enough to say your name out loud from our mouths. Like, you look at any company, no one wants to do that, which is why it was such a big deal for Ninja to get a character made in Fortnite, because like that's a big deal for a company, right? So let's say, and this is kind of like a weird reference. Let's say tomorrow I go and like wig out and do something crazy and then end up on the news, right? My name is, or the persona on Twitch is attached to Gamigo. And so like for them to reach out and do that is a big deal. And I feel like that wouldn't have been done if not for everyone here constantly pushing content and building their communities for Archeage. Like, I don't think that would even be a thing. So now every single month we're going to get to see a new content creator be spotlighted. And I think that's one of the first steps that need to be made. The second step that needs to be made is more communication from people that matter. And that's a really mean way of saying that, and I apologize. But like, we need to have movers and shakers step forward and actually bridge the gap between us, the content creators, and the company itself. So like when we have issues, like as far as like balancing issues, or there's a certain skill that's broken, or there's a dungeon that's broken, and we're voicing our opinions, or we're actually the mouthpiece for the community, so the community is voicing their opinions to us, we should be able to have a forum where we can pull in people eventually and have a global communication, kind of like what Tryon did for a while. But I don't know if that's going to be a thing, considering the dynamic of XL Games. What do you guys think? What did I drop?
I'm just not sure. I don't know. Like, I've seen the whole Spotlight thing, and it's interesting. And I don't know if they're gonna keep pushing stuff like that. We'll see in the end. I don't think it is good to have like creators that can give a voice to the community and be a bit more vocal, or just be like a middleman in between the company and also like their community, because it is kind of nice to have that. I think. I don't know, a lot of people, I think there's people who disagree with that, but there's also the people in the communities usually are pretty happy with stuff like that as well. But yeah, we'll see where it ends up going, because I don't know, I haven't had a ton of communication with them specifically, but it would be cool to see more of that, more of a back and forth, so we can, like, even it got to the point where we could like interview Gamigo people or ask them questions about the game, and then people from the community could be giving questions, and we can like put forward stuff like that, because I think communication and transparency is one of the best things you can do. It definitely makes people feel better about the game that they're playing, and they feel like they're more involved.
Yeah, it's definitely something that needs to be like the next step, because recognition is definitely the first step, right? It's like, hey, we see you over there, we acknowledge you, you're working hard, you're making content, we acknowledge your community, right? Very important. But definitely the second step should definitely be communication. What's going on? What are you guys doing? What are your struggles? What are your hurdles? Are you having problems communicating with XL Games? There just needs to be more transparency. Because I think a lot of the issue from people getting angry and lashing out is mostly to do with the lack of communication, right?
Yeah, 100%.
It's really one-sided right now. And I think that's what gets a lot of people more frustrated. So like I sit there on the official Discord for Archeage, and I watch chat, and a lot of times you see people going, well, I'm leaving. I'm turning in all my stuff and I'm going, because this is not going. I literally saw within a span of 20 minutes a decision get reversed for the Fresh Start server. So like in Godfrey, they were gonna have all the auction houses linked, and everyone was like up in arms, like, no, you're gonna break, like, this is literally gonna break the server.
Yeah.
So I was on there just watching the chat. They're like, well, I guess it's time for me to go. You know, they're not leaving, but they're just threatening. I'm taking all my coins and I'm moving somewhere else. And literally within a span of 20 minutes, they changed the decision of that, because I guess they didn't realize how much of a negative impact that it would have on the server, albeit other people got in anyways. But that's besides the point. Like, it was a big thing for them to switch on a dime and go back on the decision that they were going to make. It was a very big move. I felt it was really nice because it looked like, well, I mean, not to look like, they were listening to the community and they acted on the community's decisions, right? I feel like they could do a lot more, something like a lot more of that if they were more open with communication. And the community was more comfortable with having these discussions with us and letting us know what their problems are with the game. It'll bring more people in. It'll solidify the people that are here because they feel like they're being listened to and that they matter, which they do matter. Like, we make Archeage, right? And then it'll also push forward this changes that actually affect the game in a positive way.
Yeah, again, it's communication and transparency. The number one things they need to focus on. And they've improved since the launch, but it's still nowhere near where it needs to be. Like, I remember, like, even some events would come out and we wouldn't even know what was going on with the event. And
what is this event?
This next
the current one we're in is so bad. It's so bad.
All I wanted was the snail, and I got it on my second try.
You got the snail?
I'm like, I'm done.
I'm leaving. Goodbye. How do you got the... Both of you guys got the snail? Are you kidding me?
It took me like 10 to 15 tries, some odd, and I got the snail.
Are you throwing in real money, or are you getting just the...
No.
I threw 100 gold in. That's about it.
I threw like 200 gold in.
Oh, what the... I'm not throwing any gold in. I hate this event. I'm not doing it. You can't make me.
But in my defense, I had like 4,000 gold in the warehouse when I did it.
Oh my god. I'm so angry. All I want is the snail. I can't get the snail.
Yeah, that's all I wanted. There's nothing in that event other than the snail. It's just like, I've collected them out.
There's no point in doing that event, but I got the snail finally, so...
You spent 4K on that snail? Jeez Louise.
Oh, like my guild, they wanted us all to get a snail because we're going to... Here soon we're going to do some sort of event. We're going to do like a race, and one of the big prizes is going to be like 150 slot chest. There's going to be like 10k to divide between like first, second, third place. We're putting something together for our guild that looks really amazing.
And so that's a big reward.
Oh yeah, we love our guild members. We try to do everything we can, especially when it comes to progression. We want to see them progress. It's like gold is a very good way to help them progress. It's like, yeah, sometimes they need like gems and stuff like that too. They've been looking into doing like some tier 3s to possibly give away and stuff like that too, but we do what we can, at least in Squirtle Squad, to help our guild.
Yeah, I've just been making a lot of the polish oil and whatnot and mailing it out to everybody, so...
Oh. Technical issues?
I think we're still on anyway, but...
Mod said he'd be right back, so he's a little AFK.
Yeah, that's fine then. But yeah, I don't know.
I mean, we could totally talk about another game right now, and he wouldn't know.
I mean, we've been going for longer
now. We've been going over time, actually.
Yeah, we're going pretty. I mean,
there you go. Everybody talk about mod.
I'm sure he's gonna watch the VOD.
But that would require him to delete
kicked off the show.
The fact that we're talking about him right now out of it before putting it on YouTube.
I think he would leave it like that, so maybe it's a bad idea.
But yeah, Tiny, did you get the snail? Have you done the snail event yet?
No, actually, I haven't even got the chance to get, like, I think I got 4 items, like, just by logging in, and that's it.
Oh.
I haven't done anything with them.
There's only like a couple days left, right? I don't know when it ends. I think it's pretty soon, though. I mean, hopefully you get it.
It says 3 days.
Okay, 3 days, yeah.
To,
It's not the best event. I wish they put more effort into the events in Archeage, because there's like, I don't know if anyone's in Guild Wars 2, they have like the Super Adventure Box, and I think that's like one of the best events in an AMO.
I haven't
Just a
gotten
really
around to
cool
doing
thing.
any of the events in Guild Wars 2.
No. But yeah, it's just this like big platforming. It's like a retro 2D sort. Well, it's not 2D, but it's got that sort of feel where it's like platform and stuff. I wish they do put more effort into events and do stuff like that instead of just like you go and do a daily, or this one where it's just like sit on, wait for timer, and go and get snail. Or at least make the rewards a little better, because it was just like snail.
Well, the big thing on top of that is Lucent Serendipity Stone that you can get.
Yeah, I got
I
plenty
don't
though.
really need
So I'm like,
that though. I
yeah.
have like 23
Well,
of
the
them
Lucent,
in
you
my house.
know, with that one, when you use it, you get to pick the stat. It's not what random like a regular Serendipity Stone. You get to pick the stat that you get.
Yeah, it is nice. It's just, it's a big
It's
gold
nice.
sink to get there.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, with the amount of RNG
Supposed
going
to
into
drop
it.
from Garden. Still haven't seen one yet. It's like
Wait,
some
it
good
drops in
movement
Garden?
Garden. Yeah, it's supposed to. Supposed
Apparently.
to. We've never seen one yet, but it's supposed to.
One day. I'm sure one day it'll drop.
Right.
But
Is it one of those 0.00001% chance of dropping?
Pretty much.
apparently.
Alright, I'm back. Sorry, guys.
Oh, welcome back, man. Oh, the Akash victory seller does. I don't think he does sell them. There's actually a list of what they sell that was in the patch notes.
Where you wanted at?
But there's like,
got you the
I think
best
there's
one.
only two or three things at a time, right? Get swapped out from the victory merchants each time.
Way to do the perfect cast.
So is everyone ready for a reset or no? I know I'm not playing the game today at all, so
I'm not logged in.
It's reset time and I'm missing it too, I guess.
yeah, it's already reset
Yeah.
right now.
I'm logged in and I haven't done a reset in quite a while.
I'm not playing the game today or tomorrow. I'm playing something else. I just gotta get it working. So
Fair enough.
You get
Yeah,
take
I,
a little time off to brush the batteries.
I should have been there, but I'm like, whenever I'm like on the podcast, I want to focus on the podcast, so I just look at you guys during it instead of trying to play a game. 'Cause I
Yeah.
can't multitask.
But I think we've touched all the topics for this month, I believe.
Yeah, we talked quite a bit,
We did.
Oh
like
yeah.
way over time.
We went into a couple of rants, and I don't know. It seems like
just wait,
everyone's.
actually, the snail will be in the dilly store.
Yeah, but I don't want to divert my diligence to that when I'm going for the achievement glider. 400 dilly every single glider. Not fun.
I'll get that one
Yeah.
eventually. I don't really care for it right now.
For me,
I think
it's
Alpha Mount's
important.
first.
Yeah, the achievement glider is
That's
just
the Mount
so
Gold.
breaking that it's a must. It changes the game
Yeah, it is
entirely.
really good. Like when you jump up in the air and you feel that speed, you're like, oh. And then you get no turbulence, you're all good. It's a good time.
Right now, so
Yeah, it's really broken. I played with it on the PTU server, and I think I launched from the Harani Hero Hall, and yeah, we're talking about the achievement glider. It's in the achievements.
It's like the ultimate glider in the game.
Yeah, and I flew from the achievement hall and I flew around the prison. Then I went over to the island that's just off the shore from Ostera, and then flew back to the hero hall without touching the ground. It's kind of broken.
That glider is said to you being able to fly from one mainland all the way up to Aurora without a problem, without touching water.
Yeah, and it doesn't have any turbulence at all, so you can fly right over
Yeah.
water.
That's
You-
the big parts.
And the biggest part is you can jump on the people's ships without any problem whatsoever.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Next, we're waiting on airships and Archeage.
yeah. I mean, okay. So have you guys been paying attention to the transfer screen for the new Akash area? And you remember that the one where it shows like the
No.
island, but then it
and a bunch of airships.
airships,
like,
and,
around it.
and you notice one of the airships isn't like the others.
Yeah, it looks like a whale.
It looks like a whale. I think that's a player run ship. Could be.
I'd like to see airships, but I thought that maybe we'd see something like that in Archeage 2, potentially. But
That's like
it's like a whole new mechanic. There's a whole new level there that you'd have to add. Like, you'd have to have like anti-air on boats and stuff, which I think would be a really cool idea. But
When
they'd have to change a lot for it.
you look at the game height in the game, right? Like, I've jumped off the highest mountain in the entire game and glided. They have the potential to do so much in the air in this game. They have so much to do in the water, but I don't see any of those things being worked on. So I can't sit here and say that we're ever going to see that in this game.
Yeah, maybe Archeage 2 will see them.
I don't know. They may
into it,
actually
I don't
be
know.
working on airships then.
No one knows. I mean, we still have a lot of the mainland not unlocked yet. And it looks like they're going through a lot of the new content really quick. So I was really happy to see the cache area open up, because that's literally the first new actual content opening area opening up since for like, what, 5 or 6 years? That's actual new content.
Not instanced.
Yeah.
It's
So
it's cool. I don't know. I honestly, it came out faster than I thought it would as well. I was expecting like another month or so before stuff came out, but everything's been pretty fast lately. So we've had like a little slowdown period recently in between, which hopefully we'll see some more big content coming out.
the Harem Mountains are new. That's funny.
When did the Harem Mountains come out? It wasn't. I feel like it was like 4 years ago?
Yeah, it was a while ago, wasn't it? No, not even 4 years. That's actually pretty recent. The Harem, the western and eastern Harem, the mountains, those were locked for a while.
Yeah, they weren't there when I was playing Legacy, because I quit before they came out.
But that is it, right? We're good. We did all the things. We talked about all the good things. This month has been a lot for a lot of people, and I'm happy to see that you guys are still grinding away. Yeah, I can't wait to see you guys and hear about your stories next month. Thank you guys for coming up.
Yeah.
And joining in.
Yeah, no worries.
Absolutely.
Should
All right.
hopefully have some fun adventures, fun tales for next time. But yeah.
Let's see who's still standing by the end of this. By the time the dust settles, after all these castles go, because I think it's when all the castles get got that we really see who's there when the dust settles. But yeah, that is it from me, guys. Thank you guys for all joining, and later on this will be posted up on YouTube, so be sure to catch it there if you guys missed anything. And I appreciate every last one of you guys for coming through and joining me again at the end of this month. This is the 3rd episode for Archeage United, and it seems to be getting better every single episode. Loving it.
That's only because we don't really have an introduction that goes with it. We're just chatting. We're like, oh, we're live. That's right.
We're just chatting and then Mod hits the start streaming button and we're just like, oh, we're on.
I guess next month it's my turn to
Yeah, you're
try
on
to
the
do
intro,
the
unfortunately.
introduction.
We need someone to host.
The funny thing is, I was actually out of the room because they were screaming down in the living room. So I had to go see why they were screaming. So I wasn't even in the room.
Life of a mother. I get it. But yeah,
Y'all ready for Mother's Day that's coming up?
I'm
is that
ready
today?
because I don't want to. Oh God, don't scare me. What's today's date?
It's different in the UK.
Okay, no, it's not. It's not today. I
Oh,
don't think.
good.
I don't think. I have an alarm set for it because I don't want to die.
Damn.
You're good, Mod. It's not till May 9th.
May 9th. Oh, okay, yeah.
Is
So
everyone ready for it?
yeah, I have an alarm for May 8th. That's what it was. But yeah. Happy Mother's Day if I don't get to see you guys. Happy Mother's Day. Make sure to send your presents to your moms, or if you are in town, make sure to give them big hugs and kisses. But yeah, that is it for me. You guys want to do your outros, and then we can actually end it on a kind of professional note.
We don't really have an outro though, so
Just pretend. Just pretend you have an outro and we'll all be good.
but normally I just say have a great night or morning, and that's pretty much my outro when I end stream.
Just like plug yourself or whatever. You do the usual.
Mm-hmm. This is the time to
But
plug
we all
yourself.
plug ourselves in the beginning of it. Why should we plug ourselves twice?
You
Well, did we plug
actually
ourselves?
technically you plug yourself 3 times because we'll talk about this later.
Who will?
Oh,
All right, Calvin, do you want to start with the outro and we'll go around?
Yeah, thanks for stopping in, everyone. I am Kelvin Kano. No, yeah.
Everyone have a
okay,
great
That's right now.
night or day wherever you're at.
All right. Well, I'm Zanrise. I stream on Twitch. I do YouTube. Thanks for hanging out, watching, guys, and hopefully we'll see some good stuff next episode as well. Tiny, Mel, or the Melvin.
Don't forget to like to scare Tiny there. Well, I'm included in that one.
I don't know what you're talking about. Thank you guys
Do
for
the outro,
joining.
Tiny.
Yeah, it's been a really nice one today. I really enjoyed being here. Thank you for everyone joining. I'm Tiny Toxin. I stream Archeage, Unchained, but I do stream other games sometimes. Feel free to follow if you want. Like the stream, and don't forget to look at the Mob Monkey YouTube.
Yeah, like, comment, subscribe, smash that bell, okay?
Yeah, the VOD will be there. Zenrise, do you put it on yours as well?
No, I'll just leave it on mods. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do with my. Maybe I'll take bits out of podcasts at some point in the future. But yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, hope you guys have a good one. Take care and see you guys next time. When is it? 30th of May, right?
It should be last Sunday of the
Last
month.
Sunday of every month. Yeah.
Last Sunday of every month, which I believe lands on.
May 30th?
Yes.
Yeah.
30th.
Yep. So I'll see you guys. We'll see you everyone May 30th. You guys have a
Take
good month.
care.
Have a good one.
All right. Peace, everyone.
Bye.
See y'all
revoir.
later.
Bye.
Bonsoir.
Bonsoir.